Alright, so going into E3, I was really only hyped for Fallout 76, really. Wasn't expecting anything else, but, you know, Bethesda decided to just hand us all a big fat L and let us really know what was up. Really quick before we get started, just kind of quick update on things. I was sick pretty much all the E3, so this video, maybe one more, I'll have to kind of go through all my files to see. But anyways, this video is kind of more of a reaction than it is a reflection, but anything that I do E3 related from this point forward is all going to be more reflective and more kind of reactive to everyone else's reaction than it is a reaction to the announcement themselves. That way we'll have more post E3 information, everything will make a bit more sense, and it'll still be topical. So anyways, thank you for bearing with me, and let's go. I think most people were going in on Fallout hype alone, but that being said, a lot of people were still pretty disappointed from Bethesda's showcase from last year, where it was a lot of stuff that we already knew was coming, or, you know, nothing really new, nothing really exciting, and other than that, some people considered it an absolute train wreck. So like I said, some people were coming in just, you know, on pure Fallout hype and, you know, maybe something about Elder Scrolls 6, but not a lot of people were really expecting miracles or anything absolutely groundbreaking. We got the show starting out with Andrew WK, which is someone that I'm personally a fan of. I think he seems pretty cool. We got a story trailer for Rage 2 with it coming out in spring 2019, so it's not that far away when you really think about it. Apparently they're going to do an overhaul for the Elder Scrolls Legends to make it, you know, look more cool, but that's, you know, that's completely fine with me. I played the game on and off on my phone and I enjoy it. As someone who absolutely hates Blizzard business practices right now in terms of the way that they treat Hearthstone and monetization, Elder Scrolls Legend was a welcome fresh of air, but I still got to that point where it's more convenient for me to pay real money, so I haven't played it as much. But still, go ahead and give it a shot. Let me know what you think down in the comments of the game below. Do you like it more than Hearthstone, less than Hearthstone? Also, what do you guys think about Magic the Gathering Arena 2? I've been playing around with that as well. But anyways, I digress. Let's keep going. During this whole thing about Elder Scrolls Online, I kept thinking to myself, I mean, this is cool and all, but it just feels wasted on something that could be going towards Elder Scrolls 6. I played Elder Scrolls Online for a spell on my PlayStation, and it was fun and all, but it didn't really captivate me. I mean, it's something that maybe I'll give it a shot now, maybe it's something I'll get back into it, but it just didn't grab me. It just felt like a watered down Elder Scrolls game and a watered down MMO at the same time. Also, around this point, I was starting to get really bored, and I was thinking that Fallout was only going to be the real highlight of the show. Then they brought in the guys who introduced Doom Eternal. Now, this is a direct sequel to Doom despite it not being named Doom 2. I am absolutely pumped. I didn't finish the first game. I'm pretty much a good chunk of the way through. I just gotta finish it. So this will definitely give me the incentive that I need to finish the game and get ready for the sequel. They talked about Quake Champions for a bit as well, and they had some promotion going where if you download the game this week, you basically get the game free forever, is what they're saying. They're saying that there's no real catch to it, so we'll have to kind of see if they change that down the line. But that being said, I mean, I come from arena shooters. I grew up during the golden age of arena shooters, so we'll have to give it a shot. I know I've heard mixed reviews about it. Some people love it, some people think it's absolute garbage, but I need to figure it out for myself. I need to form my own opinion, so maybe I'll stream it here after we get a little bit of E3 hangover. Prey ended up getting a lot of love in the form of a whole bunch of new content updates. Let's start with Mooncrash. Mooncrash is an expansion set on the moon where you play as a hacker named Peter, and what happens is that you have to go to a secret moon base where a transmission ends up not transmitting anymore. So Peter's sent there to investigate, and, you know, everything goes wrong, and Peter must fight against all the monsters and stuff that you see in the game. But what's really interesting about it is that the enemies and loot will change in every playthrough, so it gives it kind of an almost roguelike type of feel.
On top of that, they're introducing a couple new game modes. So you have your standard story mode, you know, for playing through the game, I guess, the first time. Then they added a survival mode, too, for, you know, the more hardcore players. And on top of that, they're also adding a new game plus for people that like to replay the game with all the gear and abilities that they unlocked along the way. So, you know what? I honestly might end up picking up this game on sale or something like that, because this sounds like a lot of really cool stuff that I really want to try out. Wolfenstein is getting a VR game, and they're also getting a expansion in the form of Wolfenstein Youngblood, which is actually a co-op adventure where you play as a BJ Blazkowicz's daughters in 1980s Paris. So, even alternate timelines are now going back to the 1980s. Todd Howard decides to show us that he is above any and all memes by dropping the Skyrim very special edition trailer on all of us. He basically just ends any and all Skyrim memes right there, right on stage. Like, no one can top it. So now we are at Fallout 76. Just to kind of recap some of the information that we learned already, you know, 4 times the size of Fallout 4, we're introduced with somewhat of a little mini gameplay walkthrough in the forms of tutorial videos from Vault-Tec. The game is going to be entirely online. It can be played solo, but of course they want you to play with friends. There's no, you know, servers involved, at least not any named servers, regional servers, or anything like that. It's all dedicated from Bethesda themselves. There's no progression loss when you're hopping between friends' games, or you don't have to worry about like losing progression, at least not as much as you would in a game like Rust or something like that. There is going to be inherent PvP, which is right up my alley. I'm ready to, you know, roll with the squad, and we're gonna go raiding, so you better look out for us. But with all that being said, there are still a few key things we don't know about. A lot of people have concluded that this is probably the end of VATS, at least within this game. That's probably true. There's probably going to be no VATS in this game. We don't know if crossplay is going to be enabled. It seems like with Bethesda's dedicated servers, it is definitely possible, but we don't know for sure yet. And also, on top of all that, we don't really know anything about the storyline, how questing is going to work, leveling, and, you know, all the other things that we're used to in a Fallout game. And also, what's going to happen to our house when we log off for the night? Is it going to disappear? Is it going to just kind of go into our inventory? This is all stuff we need to know, but all that being said, I'm still hyped. All I can think about is roaming the wasteland with, you know, my friends, with my streamer buddies, with my viewers, and I could see myself spending so much time in this game because I'm a Fallout fanatic and I'm an Elder Scrolls fanatic, so bring it on. Let's give it a shot. I'm ready. November cannot get here soon enough. I'm probably gonna have to put in my pre-order right when I'm done with this video. So something that's a good way to kind of bring yourself down after riding that Fallout high, let's talk about Elder Scrolls Blade, the mobile game. Honestly, it looks like it'll be a pretty fun diversion, but even watching from the gameplay trailer and all that, it looks like they already have their little gem currencies or whatever you want to call it, so we'll wait until it gets over on Android, we'll see how the monetization works, and then we'll go from there. But you know what, I'll give it a shot. It still looks pretty fun. And, you know, you can play it one-handed, so that's convenient for whatever you want to use it for. We finally know what the name of Project Starfield is going to be from this point forward, and it's Starfield! Alright, cool. So that's being worked on, and that's gonna be probably Bethesda's next big game after all this other stuff is out the door. And because, you know, we all know Todd Howard, he wants to be the guy who basically drops the mic on E3, even though we're only on the second day, he decides to let us know that, yeah, they're working on Elder Scrolls 6. All of our prayers have been answered. Every single summon, every single witchcraft, every single ritual that you have done, guess what? It worked. We're getting Elder Scrolls 6, people. We don't know when. It's probably going to be, they said, next generation technology, so this could be something that's going to show up on the next generation of consoles, but it's happening. After Starfield. After Fallout 76. After Elder Scrolls Blades. After Elder Scrolls Online as well. But it's happening. We're getting Elder Scrolls 6. Alright, so now it's time for the grade, and you know what, they get an A from me. Now, I'm not going to lie, I think we're going to bring this down to an A-. I was a little bored for the beginning of it, but you know what, Rage 2 looks good. I would like there to be some co-op so I can play with my friends, but Rage 2 looks fun. And, you know, that's good that, you know, Bethesda is doing a good job of keeping all their other games updated and making sure that they're getting content. So I can appreciate that, but it was a lot of stuff that wasn't really for me. So bravo, Todd Howard. Bravo to, you know, Bethesda Game Studios. You guys crushed it. You guys absolutely killed E3, and I think the only people who have a chance of topping that show, topping that performance, is going to be Sony. And that's not going to be until tomorrow evening, so Bethesda's going to be riding high for the next 24 hours, or at least, you know, until Sony has their press conference, depending on when you're watching this. But that press conference reminded me why I love E3 season so much. It's when moments like this, we all come together as gamers and we all just embrace the hype. We drop the vast majority of our hate for a while, and we're all just one giant gaming nerd. It's great. I love it, and this is why I'm a gamer.
Alright, so thank you again for making it this far. As I said earlier, this initial video was more of a reaction to E3. Anything I make forward is going to be more reflection, kind of now that we have more information of like a lot of the stuff coming out, we'll be able to kind of look at it more with, you know, more 2020 vision. So as usual, all the social medias and stuff there, go ahead and hit me up, follow me. Please stop by my Twitch. I love to talk with you guys, and you know, we've had some really good discussions about gaming lately, so I want you all to be involved. So stop by on Twitch whenever I'm on. And on top of that, get ready for my next video. And until next time, see you guys again. Peace.